Hey guys, I'm Roxette Arisa and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial on this makeup look right here. It is a full coverage drugstore foundation routine, meaning we're going to be using all drugstore products and drugstore products only, so it's going to be very, very affordable, but also it's a huge focus on the face makeup, and that is why we are doing this video. So I had this idea because I've been having some skin issues lately, mostly because I've been picking at my skin, not gonna lie, but yeah, so I noticed that I was reaching for almost all high-end, super expensive products, and I thought to myself, there must be a way to achieve this look using more affordable options. So that's kind of where I got this idea and my inspiration for this video. I hope you guys are excited to see. I'm really liking how it turned out, and these products are just like my ride or die drugstore products. So hope you guys are excited. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before we hop into the video, and let's get started. I always say a flawless face begins with a flawless base. So we're gonna take this Pixie Glow Mist. It's really nice because it actually has argan oil, so it's very moisturizing and hydrating to the skin, and I like to just spray it on and then kind of bounce it into my skin with a beauty blender so we get everything nice and blended. Next up, for our primer, I want to go with something that's hydrating but still going to, kind of smooth out our skin and cover up any pores, especially since we are doing full coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Like I said, it actually is pretty hydrating while still covering my pores. And what I like to do is take a pump on the back of my hand and mix in just a drop of the L'Oreal True Match Lumi in the shade Golden, just so we get, we get our glow going early on. And you definitely want to focus on the areas where, you need the most help. That makes your skin feel so baby smooth. And next, what we are going to do is definitely move to foundation. Now, there are a few drugstore foundations that I would recommend to you guys. I really love the Maybelline Fit Me, the L'Oreal, Pro Matte. Love those two especially, but if we're going for 100% full coverage, the drugstore foundation that I would personally pick, or that I would personally gravitate towards, is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I mean, it says it in the name. It's supposed to act as a concealer and a foundation, so it's going to be very full coverage. I think this is one of the best foundations out there as far as drugstore goes. It's pretty comparable to like Benefit Hello Flawless Liquid Foundation or something along those lines that's going to be full coverage, last all day long, and it is not going to, wear off in specific places or patch up anywhere or get dry. It's just a really good formula. So I'm bouncing that into my face with my L'Oreal Beauty Sponge, and this is also drugstore, obviously L'Oreal, so I got you. Drugstore finds, beauty on a budget. Look at that coverage! And yes, I know my face is a lot lighter than this foundation. I know I'm gonna get tons of hate comments for that, but you have to match your face to your neck more so than your face to your face, because if I did my foundation this light, I think it would look really, really strange if my face was super light and my neck was not. And my face is always like 10 shades lighter than my body because, one, I use, what's it called? Now I'm forgetting. A sunscreen every single day on my face, so even if I am like out in the sun, my face doesn't get a tan whatsoever. But also I do self-tan, so that's why my body is really dark right now and my face is not. But, you gotta work with what you got, and that's what we're doing. You can see that just did such a wonderful job at covering pretty much everything and evening out my skin tone really well. So I am gonna go in with just a little bit more concealer because this is a full coverage drugstore foundation routine. So I'm gonna take the Maybelline New York Fit Me concealer in the shade 10 Light. This is a little bit too light for me right now, but we're gonna have to just roll with it because this is the only shade that I have, and it's probably my favorite drugstore concealer. And a good tip that you can do if you have spots down here, like I don't want to use this concealer down here because it's gonna look a little strange because it's so much lighter than my foundation. So you can just take actually a little bit of the foundation on your on your ring finger and just kind of dot it onto that area. and blend that in with a concealer brush, because this is going to really help it just blend into our foundation while still giving us the little bit of extra coverage that we need. Then I'm just going to blend out the rest of the concealer with the same concealer brush. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I've raved about this 101 times, but it is amazing. It's my favorite concealer brush, and it's literally like $1. But I do recommend using a brush for concealer if you're really going for that full coverage effect, just because you are going to get more full coverage. Beauty blenders, they leave you with a very flawless finish, get me wrong, but they are going to soak up some product. So when I'm dealing with concealer, especially underneath the eyes, and going with a full coverage look, like I really want full coverage, I will always opt for a concealer brush. Concealer is done. Now when I think of full coverage, I definitely think of cream contouring, just because that adds to that full coverage finished look. I know cream contouring can be a little intimidating at first, at least it was for me, but this product makes it super easy actually. It's the Pixi by Petra Multi-Balm Sheer Sculpt, and it comes in this little stick, so I literally just swipe it on and blend it out, and it's super duper easy. One hundo's gotta bake when you're going for full coverage, because your body temperature will heat up the powder and create kind of a barrier, making it full coverage and pretty much bulletproof. It will stay on all day. It's just gonna, it's gonna really lock in your makeup. So I have a little story time for you guys here. I already filmed this video actually. This is like my second time filming it, and the first time I didn't actually have a drugstore translucent powder in my collection or my kit, so I looked up reviews online, and a lot of people were saying to get this guy, which is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic finishing powder, and I literally went on a wild goose hunt last night trying to find this. Like, I went to literally 5 different drugstores, Target, Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, like I went pretty much everywhere I could, and I finally found it at CVS. So I picked it up, I filmed this video, and it, like, I hate saying this because I love NYX and they make amazing products. Some of my holy grail products are from NYX, but this product, like, it just, to be honest with you guys, it just really didn't work for me. So it's very finely milled, which is not something that I like to work with when it comes to loose powders. I like them to have a little bit more grit so that I can pick them up with my beauty blender, because this I could not pick up with my beauty blender whatsoever. So then it got really messy, and then on top of all that, it didn't really do the job. Really, like, it didn't make my makeup look flawless. It didn't give me a full coverage finish. I felt like it almost took product away. It was really strange. So yeah, this didn't work for me. Oh, and one other thing, it actually had really major flashback issues when I was taking pictures, like for the thumbnail and for Instagram and stuff. I just was getting so much flashbacks. So I would never want to recommend something that I honestly didn't like, you know what I mean? So I decided to refilm for that purpose, and the problem still stands that I actually don't have a drugstore translucent powder, except for this one, but I don't want to use this one now. So I am gonna opt for the RC May No Color Powder. I know this isn't, you know, technically drugstore, like you can't just go to Target and pick it up, but it is a lot more worth your money, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. And it's honestly pretty much drugstore price. Like, it's 3 ounces, and I think this was around $10. And then this is 0.21 ounces, and it was $11.50 or so. So this is actually a better deal. You're getting more product, and the product is going to work a lot better. So I just want to put that out there for you guys. But if you have a translucent powder from the drugstore that you highly recommend, please comment down below, because that would really help me out, but it would also just help our fam out. You know, if you're looking for something that's going to be readily available at your local drugstore, then yeah, comment down below if you have any suggestions, because I am all ears. I would love to know. But for today, I'm going to be using the RCMA No Color Powder. So I'm just picking up the powder on the tip of my beauty blender, and I'm going to pat that into the under eye area so that we can start our baking process. as always, while that's baking, I'm going to go ahead and contour the face using this Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette in the shade Caramel Toffee. This is actually really nice because, one, Wet n Wild is very, very affordable, but also it just comes with the 2 shades that you would probably need, you know what I mean? They have a few different color choices, but this one is the best one for my skin tone. And like I said, you don't technically need, you know, a full 6-pan palette for contouring if you're just going to be using it for an everyday basis kind of look. That's really nice if you want choices, but honestly, if you just get this, it's like $5 and it's gonna work really great. So I'm gonna take this shade right here and start to contour out the cheekbones. And because we already have that cream contour down, you know, this is just adding a little bit more definition, but you don't have to go too hard. We're kind of just setting that powder down. Now we can go ahead and wipe that powder away. So what I like to do, as you can see, is kind of press in the powder and then wipe away. Then we're gonna bronze up the face with my favorite Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. You guys know I love this stuff. So I'm just going to take that on an angled brush and sort of start to blend together that contour and just warm up the outer edges of the face where the sun would naturally hit. Now we're just going to add a little bit more rosiness into the cheeks, so I'm going to use this Maybelline Master Blush Color and Highlight Palette in the shade 10. I'm going to take this shade right here. So beautiful. It has a really nice peachy corally undertone, so it's going to bring out the warmth in our skin. And I'm just applying that to the apples of the cheeks and then blending backwards. Whew. That is pigmented. You know me, we're gonna go super extra with the glow, so I'm gonna go back in with the True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminator in the shade Golden, and I'm gonna take that on my ring finger and then kind of spread it out on the back of my hand just so we get a nice even little layer of product on our finger. Then I'm going to gently pat that into the very, very top of the cheekbone. I love this product. Like I said, we're gonna be extra and go back in with this blush palette and use the highlighter shade right here and then blend that right on top. Whew. Now that is what I'm talking about. And last step is just going to be to lock that all in place. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Master Fix Wear Boosting Setting Spray. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful. I hope this, you know, gives you some options that are a little bit more affordable to still achieve a full coverage look. And again, if you guys have a drugstore translucent powder, please comment in down below. I would really, really appreciate it. And I think that's gonna be it for me. Remember, you are beautiful inside and out. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.